Lie to Me, Episode 9, The Apartment That Didn't Exist. This story is based on a real patrol call in a Midwestern city of roughly 150,000 people. Names and identifying details have been changed to protect the privacy of everyone involved. This series examines behavior, contradictions, and deception that officers encounter during everyday patrol work. I am a patrol police officer, and this is Lie to Me, Patrol. This call came out as a hostage situation. A man was reportedly holding a woman inside an apartment and refusing to let her leave. When we arrived, something didn't make sense. The apartment that we were dispatched to did not exist, and everyone around us told us the same story. They didn't know anything about the situation or the people we were looking for. However, the moment that we got closer to the truth, that is when everything changed. Quick channel note, before we get into this call, if you appreciate real patrol police stories and behavior analysis like this, take a second to like the video and subscribe. If you've ever been in a situation where people were clearly trying to protect someone or mislead the police, let me know in the comments below. My partner and I were dispatched to an apartment complex on a report that a man was holding a woman hostage inside the apartment. The call also indicated that there was a broadcast for the suspect's arrest, related to similar incidents that had occurred, one just several days prior. Situations like this happen more often than people realize. Officers respond, make an arrest, and write a report. But if the victim later does not follow through, the suspect will be released. Sometimes, within days, we're called right back to the exact same situation again. We were sent to apartment 901, but when we arrived, there was no 901. The building numbers ended at 905. Outside the apartment complex, there was a group of men standing around. They were relaxed, laughing, joking, no tension, no hostility, at least not at first. We asked them a simple question: where is apartment 901? Every single one of them told us the same thing. They didn't know. They had never heard of it. Some suggested we were on the wrong street. Others told us to try somewhere else entirely. They were unanimous. We were in the wrong place. Even when we showed them pictures of the named suspects which we were looking for, they claimed they had never seen that person, never heard the name. Group narrative. When a group immediately provides the same answer, especially when that answer is complete ignorance of something happening right in front of them, it can indicate a coordinated deception. Nobody knew anything. Nobody knew the man. Nobody knew the apartment we were looking for. Instead of leaving, I started checking prior reports connected to that street. After searching, I found a report just a few days earlier. Same type of incident, same suspect behavior, same location, but the address listed was apartment 905, not 901. We returned to the street and to that same area and row of apartments. This time we walked directly to apartment 905. Everything changed. The same men who had been laughing and joking earlier were now yelling. They became aggressive, demanding we leave, telling us to get off their street. One of the strongest indicators of deception is sudden change in demeanor. Calm becomes hostile. Cooperative becomes confrontational. That shift usually happens when people realize you're getting close to the truth. The manipulation. As the situation escalated, the men began making accusations. They implied that we were targeting them because of their race. They framed our presence as harassment rather than a response to a hostage call. Lie number 3, deflection through accusation. This is a powerful form of manipulation. Instead of addressing the situation, the focus is shifted onto the officer's motives, the officer's intent, or broader social issues. The goal is not to resolve the situation. The goal is to redirect attention and apply pressure so that the investigation stops. Important clarification though, race itself is not the issue. The issue is how it was used in that moment. It was used as a tool of deflection, a way to create hesitation, disrupt the investigation, and discourage further action. I knocked on the door 3 separate times, loud enough for anyone inside to hear. If we had heard screaming, a struggle, or a call for help, we would have grounds to force entry and go into the house or into the apartment. We did not hear any such thing, though. While I was at the door, my partner moved to the back of the building. Moments later, I heard shouting. When I went around the corner, my partner was surrounded by about 8 men. They were yelling, demanding a sergeant, challenging everything we were doing. Demanding a supervisor in this context wasn't about oversight. It was about slowing the situation down, increasing pressure, and trying to make us disengage. I asked my partner, are any of these individuals involved in this incident? He said no. That meant they were not victims. They were not witnesses. They were not suspects. So we ended the conversation and walked away. Even though everything about the situation felt wrong, we had no legal basis to enter the apartment. We had no sounds of distress, no visible victim, no context, no exigent circumstances to make entry. Without those, entry would have been unlawful on our part. What do you think? If a group of people is clearly trying to mislead police and protect someone inside, should there be consequences for that? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. The deception. The deception in this case did not come from the suspect. It did not come from the victim. It came from the crowd. They gave false information. They redirected police away from the correct location. They changed behavior when we got close to the truth, and they attempted to manipulate the situation through accusation. Here's the reality. Deception does not always come from one person. Sometimes it comes from multiple people working together, and sometimes it uses whatever tools are available, including emotion, pressure, and social tension, to try to shut an investigation down. If you want more Real Patrol police stories like this, where we break down deception, behavior, and what officers actually see on the street, subscribe to my channel. More episodes of Lie to Me will be coming.